I'm 680 News Senior Business Editor Mike Eppel. Shares of the CIBC today had one of the best performances we've seen for the stock in about a year and a half, as the big bank reported a profit that was above forecast, $1.4 billion in net earnings in its third quarter, and the Commerce is raising its quarterly dividend as well. Company CEO Victor Dodig also talking about further push into the U.S. market, where the bank has lagged behind some of the competitors. And one of the reasons why a lot of analysts had been negative on the stock recently, so much so that up until today, the shares of the CIBC had been trading at a near 2.5-year low on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Boeing saw a big bounce today, with an analyst at Cowen & Company saying that the company is on track to get the 737 MAX recertified by regulators in the U.S., likely before the end of the year or at least early into 2020. This has raised some optimism that that plane will be back in service early next year, and the share price of Boeing today up by about 3%. Meantime, Qantas Airlines is looking at setting some records for non-stop flights. The company is saying it is going to test a direct flight from New York to Sydney, Australia, at a length of about 19 hours. Now, it's going to be going with Qantas employees to do these test flights, and they're going to be wired by the University of Sydney to look at biometrics, how people respond to being in a cylindrical tube at 40,000 feet for that long of a time frame. And they'll make a decision on whether or not to go ahead with that by year end. Right now, the current record is around 18 hours, and they'll be using the Boeing 787 Dreamliner or 777X. Luxury department store retailer Nordstrom had a good day today. It was up by about 12% in Wall Street trade as the company exceeded forecast with its quarterly earnings. And a lot of the retailers have been seeing some pretty solid earnings performances recently, despite the worries about a slowing consumer spending trend in the U.S. Now, Nordstrom today topped $30 per share. It was just over a year ago that the company management rejected a privatization bid from the founding family of the company at $50 per share. And 7-Eleven Canada is joining the plant-based protein bandwagon, signing on with Beyond Meat for a vegan option, with test marketing of some Beyond Meat sausage and vegetable pizzas at various 7-Eleven locations through Toronto. From the 680 Newsroom, I'm Mike Eppel for City News.